Coffee time at Camp Massatators in the morning. And I specifically ordered Percocet in my coffee. And you know what I did not get? Painkillers.
The problem with hiking until 10:30 at night is the next morning the world is a horrible place. This is my third cup of coffee and it's not getting any less horrible.
And Matt lets me sleep in.
I disapprove.
I really hate stretching, but I really like drinking coffee, so I'm trying to multitask. It's kind of how, like, if you're in Southeast Asia, you can technically multitask by pooping and showering at the same time.
Okay, happy Taterts Tuesday Eve!
Oh gosh, is it already?
Can you see the stress levels just going up in her? This is what you guys do to her. Every time you're like, oh, there should be a Taters Thursday also. She's like, oh, no. She has nightmares. She ends up like whimpering in her sleep. She's like, no, not Thursday also. It's very sad. So yesterday, as we were coming through the kind of end of that open Superfund area, we ran into the Ridge Runner for this section. Ridge Runners are one of those things that we don't really have out west, so it was interesting to learn about. They're actually paid. They're on trail 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. He covers from Palmerton to Delaware Water Gap. Neat guy to chat with. I'm actually on his Instagram. I just forgot to get what his Instagram handle is, so if anybody comes across a picture of me on Instagram, let me know. It's always kind of cool to see that. Nice guy. There wasn't much he could really offer us. You know, there was the updates he had on the water supply were the same ones that are on gut hooks, but still fun to chat. Okay, just finishing up the morning privy run, and now the day can start in earnest. So these white marks on the tree are of course called blazes. On the AT they are white. On other trails they vary. Florida Trail, for example, was orange, and the Pinhoti Trail was light blue. And out here we also have blue blazes, which are to mark off the AT trails. Often that takes you down to water or a spring. Usually it comes with some sort of a sign that tells you what's there. Every now and then you also hear blue blazing used interchangeable with aqua blazing, which means getting off the trail and going down a river or other water source in the area. Then you also have yellow blazing, which is either walking roads to avoid the trail or getting driven down roads to avoid the trail. Brown blazing, which is booking it like hell to try and get to an actual toilet so you don't have to dig a cat hole. Porcelain blazing, which is the even fancier version of that, which is where you are booking it so you never have to dig a cat hole or use an outhouse. It's always sitting your butt cheeks on porcelain. Pink blazing is the being a creeper and trying to hurry ahead to catch up with some cute girl. At the same time, there is a term for girls doing that to catch up with guys, but I think that's so uncommon that I never remember what it is. It's like plaid blazing or something like that. Interestingly enough, the West doesn't really do the blaze thing. The Pacific Crest Trail, there are piles of rocks in places, you know, ducks, which indicate that this is a trail, but that's not limited to just the PCT. There are a limited number of emblems along the PCT. They started to put a lot of those up, and then a lot of them got stolen by people taking them as mementos. But generally, all you have to go off is maps. When I was on the PCT, it was quite common to have to refer to Gaia or gut hooks when I came to a junction, or just to make sure I was on the right trail. Out here, it still happens, but it's really rare. Pretty much any given junction I get to, all I have to do is look around and you'll see that white blaze somewhere ahead. Little known historical fact, the white blaze of the AT actually represents a middle finger towards the hikers of the AT, which explains why we have all these, you know, pointless ups and downs that go up ridges that don't even have a view or anything. Nothing like having multiple fires going when it's 84 degrees this morning. Okay, welcome to one of the rare safe water sources out here. Supposedly they left a hose out. Okay, we managed to find water. These guys are nice. And they sold us a cold Coke for $1. Okay, got water, back on the trail, and I'm just talking Blondie out of murdering people for their pizza. Bad Blondie. Sadly, the hiking has not been near as interesting today. I really miss all the views and rock scrambling we got yesterday. I need more of that. Okay, so you see this ground? This is awesome. This is like sexy on my feet. It's soft, there's no sharp rocks. I don't really have to pay attention, just kind of walk forward. So really cool having juice and soda and everything, but this is kind of why the unattended trail magic causes issues. So I'm at nearly 190 days out here, and I don't think I've actually seen any other bears. I had one outside the tent, but I wasn't able to get a picture of it the other day. And why were you able to find it?
Because I was looking for a good spot to pee.
So yeah, there's stuff out here, but it's just like all the snakes. I guarantee you I've been around a bunch more snakes that I've seen, but you're not bothering them and you don't always notice them. Chairs are for pansies and non-pros. Welcome to the continuing adventures of Macetators, the shelter haters, and we are getting the heck out of here because there are a lot of people. This is the shelter water source, which is a faucet belonging to that retreat, and you can hear the road in the background. Okay, once again, Tater's endless optimism that the spot that was supposed to have campsites would be open was crushed on the rocks of reality because it was packed, but we found a spot. And then she was like, oh, this will be good. But then she found a route. Don't worry, it was under my spot. And then she's like, oh my God, what are we going to do? And I just like brute forced it and ripped the entire route out. So it's all good.
That was really impressive. I really thought we were going to have to move, and Mascus just got in there and dug that thing out.
That's what she said. Home sweet home for the night.
Tonight we're making our favorite dinner out here, bean and cheese burritos. The key ingredient is these instant refried beans. They don't seem to have them in stores out here on the East Coast, but they have them in Ralph's and such on the West Coast, or you can just order off Amazon. And they're pretty much the perfect backpacking food. Light, shelf-stable, inexpensive, super nutritious, cooks up practically instantly, and super yummy. And we just melt some cheese in and wrap them up in a tortilla. Delicious. Why are you being weird? I know it's really good, but you don't have to be that weird. That is some good stuff there.
Needs more wine. And by more wine, I mean any wine.
Oh, no hiker wine tonight.
Oh, I'm so sad. No hiker wine in so long.
It's Taters Tuesday! Woo! And it's a Nero, so she barely has to record anything. So she should have to record tomorrow. So since somebody isn't fulfilling her obligations under the Taters Tuesday Accords, and I'm not wearing any pants, I figured I might as well let you guys know what's going on today. So we're a couple of miles outside of Delaware Water Gap, which marks the end of PA and just about the 1,300 mile mark. Plan today is go in and take a Nero. We had somebody who was very nice and got a hotel room for us. And, you know, I've been trying to rehab the Achilles issues I've been having, combined with my feet being really beat up from all the rocks. So we're going to go in, eat a bunch of food, and miss out on the worst of this heat wave, supposedly. I should say the latest heat wave, because there's always another one.
Gunfire in the morning. That's your contribution.
I don't have it. What am I supposed to say? Okay, cat.
Today on Taters Tuesday, we follow Taters around 24/7.
No, Taters Tuesday, Taters takes videos. Stop taking videos.
Oh, crazy eyes. So Taters is learning so many things out here. While listening to me edit the video from yesterday, she learned that we are porcelain blazing down into town today. See, I was wondering why she was like doing her eyebrows and everything, and then it's like, oh, she's actually going to record a video. Okay.
Okay, so on days when we have to go through a town, I wake up kind of bummed, right? Because it's gonna be it's gonna take me out of my nice happy zen place up here in the woods. Gonna have to deal with people and traffic and money and all those things that we get a little escape from over summer. Matt, on the other hand, wakes up very happy on town days. Occasionally he even does some singing on town days.
That sounds
and
horrible.
you know, while it's still not my favorite, that almost makes it worth it for me.
So once again, silly West Coaster me would look at something like that and go, oh, there must be fires in the area, but I'm assuming not, because East Coast.
Okay. We're headed down the steep downhill into Delaware Water Gap, looking down at gorgeous views of the Delaware River and the less gorgeous busy highway. All right, not quite the alpine lakes we're used to back home in the Sierra, but there are cute little fish in it.
And now you come to the heart of the conflict with massatators every time we have a town day. Blondie keeps finding things she wants to look at and thinks are cute, and I keep saying there's beer up ahead and it's cold, and oh God, she's chasing me, run away!
Lessons learned from the PCT. Always take time to eat more blackberries. And might need to add to that, always take more time to stay and look at the cute fish.
My lesson was I didn't get enough cold beer. So I'm surprised somebody went through the trouble to print a sign to let you know that no drug rehabs are allowed. Gotta be a story behind that. So here we are, and we're trying desperately to redeem the name of nachos in Pennsylvania, because as you guys know, the last one was really disappointing. This one's okay. I would just like to point out, I have not had a beer in like 10 minutes, and she is just making me march around this entire city. Horribly depressing. This really feels like a casino.